Well, of the two Eli Roth movies I've seen this year, this is surprisingly the better one. Hey guys, just me today. It's another crazy week. This whole year has just been fucking insane. So right now it's just me, which means it's probably getting relatively short because I don't think I really have that much to say about this one, which might be a change of pace considering the small foot review. I think it was like over an hour long, and I think that was a good review. But yeah, this is not going to be that kind of review. So I just got out of the house with the clock on the wall. This is my effort to kind of like catch up from the week I missed as best I can. I don't think I'm gonna there's being a lot I'm gonna miss. So is anything like I missed this year that you want me to go watch before I do my top 10 worst list, let me know ahead of time so I can make a plan to go watch it. Anyway, this is the movie that was directed by Eli Roth of all people, and starring Jack Black and oh god, I keep forgetting her name. Hela from Thor. Oh god, it's gonna. Cate Blanchett. Yeah, Cate Blanchett. And a little boy whose name I don't know, and it's based off a children's book, and you can tell by the way it's directed and the way it's animated. It looks like a Nickelodeon movie, basically. And it's fine. It's harmless. It's not terrible. It's not great. My story of how I even got to watch the damn thing is more interesting than we actually saw. Because when I got there, I booked my tickets ahead of time using A-List, which is a great app, and I recommend it. And I got there, like, there was, like, nobody booked for this fucking movie. It's like, alright, because I saw this in IMAX, and I was like, alright, whatever, let's just go pick a seat anywhere. And I go in there, and there's nobody there. Like, it is completely empty. Like, there's no preview playing on the screen, there's nothing. It is just a gigantic, empty, quiet-ass room. And I'm sitting there by myself, just kind of sitting in the middle of the theater, playing on my phone, and I just got tweet stuff. So, anyway, I'm on Twitter a lot lately. Honestly, I was just kind of bored watching this, so I just was on Twitter most of the time, just live tweeting and making jokes. So honestly, on the majority of my commentary, go look at my Twitter, which is MTCN reviews, by the way, for those who do not know. Links in the description. But anyway, but yeah, this movie is perfectly fine. It's perfectly serviceable. It is an Eli Roth film, so there's some kind of interesting visual traits to it. There's definitely some kind of like, okay, yeah, this is getting like, you can tell Eli Roth wanted to go more grisly, but they had to kind of like pull him back. And I'm not an Eli Roth fan for anyone asks, but it's more like, he's definitely known for like horror, gore porn movies. So like something to do like as small-scale kid movies you can get. You could tell they definitely had to pull him back in a few ways. But yeah, the movie itself is more or less what you expect it to be. Jack Black's actually fairly good in this for the material he had to work with. I mean, I will admit, I will be fair to Jack Black. I think as an actor, he's actually aged well as time's gone on than in previous years where he's kind of stuck to a shtick. Now, like, even like in this was obviously a paycheck movie, he still does it fairly well. He's definitely playing a character. So, and he's not just being Jack Black. So it's appreciated that he's willing to put a little more effort into it. Is it a great performance? No, but it's pretty solid. Same with Cate Blanchett. Cate Blanchett, God bless her, is having a lot of fun with this, and she and Jack Black do legitimately have really good chemistry with each other. So whenever those two are on screen, it is fun to watch. And they do have like a legitimately really good scene towards the third act of the film when you get to the whole who's the bad guy, like when it gets into necromancy. And there's a part where it's kind of borderline necrophilia, where like a woman makes out with a zombie, basically. And I was like, this is an interesting thing. I left a lot of tweets on Twitter right now, so I'm getting a lot of notifications right now, so I apologize if I keep looking at my phone. But yeah, this is just kind of like not entirely been there, done that, but it's more like it's that kind of movie, it's that Halloween, not really scary, but kind of entertaining for kids kind of movie, and it does its job well. It's serviceable. It's not gonna, like, I'm not gonna remember this movie in a week. The kid does his best, but it's just kind of an kids movie. like I said, there's some interesting visual elements. There's one in particular that was more horrifying. It was meant to be funny, and it's fucking scary as shit. Where, and again, this goes into spoiler territory, but basically the whole plot of the film is this kid whose parents died, goes to live with his uncle, who turns out to be a warlock, played by Jack Black, who with his next door neighbor, who's Kate Blanchett, and you know they're fucking. Like, there's so much sexual tension between them. Like, okay, you know they're boinking behind the scenes. Anyway, the kid finds out, and he decides he wants to be a warlock, so Jack Black decides to take him under his wing. Meanwhile, it turns out there's this big evil clock somewhere in the house that might be a doomsday clock that might actually summon Satan, apparently, which I made as a joke early on. I was like, oh no shit, there actually are like demons involved, fuck. So that fucking happens. That was like the little bit of Eli Roth sneaking in there. It's like, oh, there he is, Satan in hell. There's Eli Roth. I was waiting for it. Took a while, but we got there. Oh, Lord. But yeah, anyway. So, oh yeah, I was talking about the scary-ass visual element. So, like, most of it's pretty ho-hum through the majority of the movie. The kid tries to make friends at school with, like, a greaser who acts nice to them because he wants his vote for an election. That's not relevant at all. Actually, take it back, nowadays, politics is, fuck you, other side! But I don't want to talk about politics right now. It's a minefield. Anyway, I got sidetracked. So yeah, and of course that doesn't work out, but once he actually gets elected, the kid kind of brushes him off, and he let's call a warlock kid, decides he really wants to be friends with greaser kids, so he's like, yeah, I'm gonna convince you to be friends with me by reading a book full of necromancy, which is the one book apparently he was not supposed to read. So he does, and he summons the main villain, and the main villain comes in. He's an old warlock who had apparently used blood magic and all these archaic science, like archaic magic that you shouldn't use, and I learned this from Satan, I'm sorry, Azazel. Not the X-Men. That'd be a great crossover, though. I mean, magic, mutant, same thing, really. Anyway. Where was I going with this? Except I guess you can learn to be a warlock, but you can't learn to be a mutant. Anyway. I'm getting really sidetracked. But anyway, so this whole thing is that apparently he was at, like, the warlock, like, the evil warlock's backstory is he was in the war. And yeah, there's some, like, surprising talk about World War II in this movie, where it said, I wanted to undo all the horrors I've seen. It's like, again, that was there he is! There's Eli Roth sneaking on in there. Stuff like that. It was almost like a Where's Waldo, except Eli Roth. It's like, ooh, World War II with gore and destruction and explosions and drama. That's Eli Roth. Or, ooh, deals with Satan with promises of great power and blood magic. That feels like Eli Roth. Where's the cannibalism? Where is the cannibalism? No cannibalism, but we have necrophilia. So that's definitely something. Because there's this, neighbor across the street they keep cutting back to for, like, no reason, so you know she's gonna play a bigger part in the movie. It turns out she's, like, the wife of the main villain who died, and then he's brought back as this grisly zombie, and then there's a scene where they make out, so it's like, gross. Okay. Whatever. But it turns out his whole thing, the purpose of his clocks, he wants to, like, reverse time, so, like, none of the war ever happened, and all this stuff, like, but of course, like, doesn't really work as intended. But there's a part where when he inevitably unlocks the clock, Jack Black goes in there to try to fix it, and then he gets zapped by it and turns into a baby, but not a full baby, just Jack Black's big fucking head and a baby body, and it's fucking horrifying. Like, granted, I was alone in the theater, and I can't remember last time I screamed out in horror. I was just like, ah! What the fuck is that? I'm sure someone's gonna put it on YouTube, because it's fucking scarier than anything else in the movie. And to be fair, there's a couple visual elements like, okay, that's legitimately kind of creepy. Like, there's a part where they come out of this room and there's all these, like, weird puppet things just staring at them. That was kind of creepy. Stuff like that kind of worked for me. Oh, it's late. Sorry. It's been a really, really long week for me, so I apologize for me a little out of it. Yeah, anyway, so of course the bad guys stop. The kid learns that it's okay to be weird, but through very odd scene. And God bless this kid. He's giving his best. Like, I don't want to hate on him too much for giving a meh performance in a meh movie, but you can tell this kid is trying really hard, and you know what? I want to give him fair props for that. It's not like a lot of child actor performances where you can just tell they're sleepwalking through it, and like, oh no, look out, with that like deadpan face. This kid is expressive, and he's legitimately trying really hard, even though they're like, honestly, the parts I laughed the most were the parts where he was trying a little too hard to be seen straight. But then again, there were some actual funny moments in the movie that got a chuckle out of me every now and again. I never like outright laughed from an intentional funny moment, but it's like, okay, I chuckled here and there. Yeah, like honestly, that's all there is to say about it. This movie's fine. It's just fine. It's nothing special. There's a lot of movies like it. I feel like I've seen this movie on the Disney Channel before. Like maybe like the best comparison would be like Hocus Pocus, maybe. Which movie I'm not a big fan of. I know a lot of people like it. But it has the same kind of feel, that same kind of Halloween, but not really that scary vibe to it. So that's what you're looking for. You're gonna be happy enough watching this. It's not like I'm gonna go home and scream about. It's not like I'm gonna write home about. It's like, oh my god, this is gonna be on a top 10 list. No. It's really like, okay, I saw it. I'm not mad that I saw it. I'm not like ecstatic either. It's a middle of the road movie. That's it. I mean, I don't know if you were expecting like more from me than that, but that's all I really got from it. So anyway, that was it for that. Now I'm gonna go into trailers. I think I only got a few. And I think the big reason why I only got a few is because, I forgot to mention this part earlier. On top of being the only one at the theater, I had to go out and tell the people at the theater, like, hey, can you start my fucking movie? Because it was like 10 minutes out of the show. I was like, they fucking don't think I'm here. So I was like, hey, can you start the movie, please? Like, oh, nobody's there? And the funny part is, it's so quiet and so empty in that theater, I could actually hear somebody, like, grumbling and going, as they're, like, going up the stairs to the projector room. You can see the light to projector room come on. And, it's so weird. And you're just kind of, and that's when the movie starts. But then there was no sound, so you could kind of hear him go. And then the sound stops again. Fast forward a little bit. Bumblebee trailer, here you fucking go. You didn't say that part. I would have loved it if that was actually happened. It's gonna yell a thank you as I can hear him. That was honestly the most interesting part of what happened tonight. Anyway, so trailers. Most of these I've gotten before. Not a whole lot new to talk about. Bumblebee, I just released a whole video about that. Go watch that if you want to pay on that movie. Fantastic Beasts 2. This is the newer trailer. I think I've talked about this before. Apparently Nangini is a woman now. Before she was a snake. When I don't know how I feel about that. It's whatever. But Fantastic Beasts looks like rip-off Harry Potter, Doctor Who. That's all it really is when you break it down. Less interesting because, I don't hate that actor, but he wouldn't make a very good doctor. And then I got How to Train Your Dragon 3. This one I'm excited about. I really love the last two. I think this is definitely a movie series that has definitely, I think, been the most forward-thinking of these animated movie trilogies, in that the characters grow, the world changes, there's actual change in progression and stakes in it in all these movies, because I feel like it's definitely a case where, like, okay, they're moving it forward, they're not moving it back, which is something that's very easy to do, especially in kids' animated films, and they're not doing this. This series has always been doing a good job of showing progression and growing up, and with the characters actually growing up. And I like to see that. Like, Hiccup, when you compare the first movie to this movie, looks wildly different. And you can see how the years have aged everyone in the movie. So that makes me excited about this. And, I love the last two. I have no reason to think it's going to be bad in any way. So, on the other hand, though, then there's The Grinch. Fuck this movie. I've talked about it a million times. Fuck it. Fuck it all to hell. Do not care. That's all I got. That was the last trailer, surprisingly short. So, yeah, this is going to be a really short review. So, Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that because again, I don't really have anything else to say. It's serviceable. It's a serviceable kids movie around Halloween. So I mean, if you're looking for a Halloween movie to take your kid to, you can't go wrong here. So take that as you will. Until then, that's just like the easy one to do in my catch-up week. I still want to go see A Simple Mistake. I don't know if I will at this point. I'm still gonna try though. Otherwise, I forget what else is even out right now. I feel like I still gotta see Night School. Ugh, that's gonna be bad. And then next week is Venom, which is getting panned. I mean, I never thought it was gonna be good. I'm still gonna try to keep an open mind, but my already low expectations are even lower now. So keep that in mind going into it. But on the other hand, there's also A Star Is Born, which is getting great reviews. So you're gonna see that too. I might go watch one of the older movies ahead of time just to get ready for it, because I know Laura recommends them, so that might be worth looking in there for like investigation reasons, or just to watch like a decent, like kind of just know what I'm getting myself into, so I can kind of compare and contrast one of the better versions. Although I heard this movie does take a lot more of the romance opening to it than the original movie does, so that might be an interesting angle to go with. So yeah, I think that's all I got for this week, for today, guys. I'll probably be back tomorrow or Friday with something else. I don't know what yet, but we'll see. So thank you guys for watching. See you later.